What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the garden. It's a beautiful day outside. I hope you guys are enjoying this weather as much as I am. It's not going to last much longer, so we need to take full advantage of it while we can. But today we are going to be focusing on making our slow drip, gravity fed irrigation buckets. These things that come in handy. They're perfect for like if you're going to go on vacation, because sometimes coming up, that's when most of us take vacation anyway. If you're going to be away for a couple of days for vacation, you don't have to worry about watering your plants because this system will do it for you. If you have things like we had in the beginning that was out of the reach of the water hose, right? Instead of walking over there with buckets and trying to water everything that was away from the water hose or out of reach of the water hose, we just set up a couple of irrigation buckets over there, and everything worked out perfectly. We've also used these on our desert land, and we planted some trees, we planted some blackberries and some grapes, and because we can't get out there every day or every other day to water, I set up these buckets out there and they work perfectly to keep everything hydrated. So I'm gonna show you guys how we make ours. This is to me probably the most cost-effective way. There's a lot of ways you can do it, but to me, this is the cheapest way to do it. Cheapest, easiest, the whole nine. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so let's go over the materials, the tools that we're gonna need in order to make this system. All right. So first of all, you're gonna need a drill with a 1/8 drill bit. Okay, you're gonna need some 1/4 inch tubing, some scissors just to cut the tubing. You're gonna need an emitter of some sort, or either you can use an emitter or you can use a shut-off valve. Either way, all right. You're gonna need some barb connectors, right? And then you're gonna need your bucket. So let's talk about the bucket real quick. The bucket can be whatever size you want it to be. It could be a 15-gallon, 55-gallon, a 5-gallon. It could be a tote, the little storage totes, whatever's going to hold water, whatever size you need to accomplish the goals that you're trying to accomplish, right? So the longer you're going to be away from your garden, or the longer you want this to be able to water your garden without having to refill it, the larger the container is going to have to be, right? So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I've already made one on this bucket, but unfortunately, I didn't record not 1 minute of it. So I'm gonna just use the same bucket to recreate another one. Simple as that. So yeah, we got a 5-gallon bucket right here. Now let's talk about the emitter real quick. So the emitter, so let's talk about the emitter real quick. With the emitters, it's my suggestion is I highly recommend you go with an adjustable emitter. Don't get the ones that's rated at like 1/2 gallon per hour or something like that, because that's all you're going to be able to get. So you're going to run out. You may potentially run out of water sooner than you would like. But with an adjustable emitter, you can get it down to probably a little bit less than a 1/2 gallon per hour. So your water is going to last you a bit longer. All right. And if you want the flow to be heavier, you can do that with the adjustable. So if you wanted a gallon per hour, you can do that with these. All right. But once you have the ones that's rated at however many gallons per hour, you're kind of stuck there until you change it out. All right. So these right here are going to just save you time and money, just getting the adjustable one. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take our bucket, and 1 or 2 inches or 1 or 2 fingers from the bottom, we're going to make a hole with our 1/8 drill bit. You can make it as low as you want it. I know a lot of people try to get as much water out of the bucket, try to empty it as much as it can, but you're only going to be able to empty it but so much, right? Because the emitter the water level has to be above the emitter, so you're not going to always drain this thing out 100%. So that's fine. Another thing that you can do, if you live in a windy space like us, where we get a lot of high winds in the afternoon, once this thing becomes empty or really low, it's going to just blow it over. In order to prevent that, you can raise your emitter a little bit higher so that you maintain more water in here to have some weight to kind of anchor it down so it doesn't blow over as easy. Just a suggestion. All right, just an idea. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and put the hole in this thing. I'm going to go about right here. And that's that. Oh, and I forgot, you're also going to need some needle nose pliers. And I'm going to show you why in a second. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you why right now. Okay, so this is a 1/8 of an inch bit. These are 1/4 inch barb connectors, so they're smaller than this hole. So it's going to take a lot of effort to get this emitter into this hole. So that's where the needle nose pliers are going to come in handy. So now I'm just going to take my needle nose pliers, grab the emitter, grab the barb connector, and I'm going to just force this connector into this hole. Like that. All right. That's nice and tight. I should have no leaks, but in the event that we do, we have a solution for that also. Next, I'm going to take my 1/4 inch hose or 1/4 inch tubing. I've already made like 4 or 5 of these buckets, right? So I'm not even using this bucket for anything. This is just for illustration so that you guys can see how it's made. All right. So I'm cutting and I'm saying that because I'm cutting this tubing pretty short, right? When you cut your tubing, you have to cut your tubing for the amount of length that you're going to need, depending on how far your bucket is going to be from the plant that you're trying to water. All right. So keep that in mind. Don't cut your tubing this short and then, be mad that you can't, that it's not going to water your garden because the hose is too short. All right. So I'm going to just put my emitter on just like that. Then I'm going to take the opposite end, put it on the hose connection, on the connector that's on the bucket. And just like that, we're done. It does not have to be all the way seated to that lip or whatever. It's gonna be just fine. But if you do want it that far back, and these things are a little feisty, right? Just soak this in some hot water, and it's gonna make that a little bit more pliable, and you should be able to push it on with no problem. And that's it. That's how we make the system, y'all. That's all it takes to make the system. In terms of cost, if you need to buy everything, scissors, Dollar Tree, needle nose pliers, so you can get them from the Dollar Tree, or you get them for like $5 at Home Depot. A pack of these connectors are, I think this is a 50 pack. This was like $6. This tubing was $6, and then the drill bit, like, not even go into that. So hopefully you don't have to buy a drill, but in the event that you do, just find the cheapest one you can at Home Depot. All right, but that's it. That's how the system is made. When you go to use it, just fill it with water and then adjust your emitter to the flow that you like. It's going to take you a couple of times to play with it to find out exactly where this emitter should be to get the flow that's going to be sufficient for the plant, right? If you want it slower, you want it faster, it may take you a while to figure out, how open does this need to be in order for this thing to drain over 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever. Okay, guys, so that's how you build the gravity-fed slow drip irrigation system. Super easy, right? There's all the materials, all the tools, and you see it only take like a few minutes for you to actually make it. And once you make one, the next one is going to be faster, and you'll have 10 of these pumped out in no time if you need it, right? But that's it. That's all it takes. So if you guys found this video helpful in any way, please hit the like button. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And here's a video for you guys to watch to follow us on our gardening journey. See you in the next one. Deuces.